going on, my Super Sandwiches? Rhymestyle here, and today we're bringing another Dragon Ball Legends video. And today I'm gonna jump into Android 16 and Piccolo. And I'm not alone, because I'm joined by the one and only Vlad, who finally started a channel, by the way. If you guys saw the video, he bodied me the other day because he's one of the best fighters in the world in the game right now. And if you want to check out his channel, I will link in the description below. And in fact, actually, I'm going to cover the basics of Android 16 and Piccolo. And if you want to go even beyond that and get into some like the hardcore stuff, there's going to be a video on his channel, so go check it out in the description below. Subscribe, all that good stuff. But without further ado, before I like twist all my words together, Vlad, are you ready to jump into these characters?
Yo, I'm ready. I'm excited about these new characters, man. Yeah. They are awesome.
Okay, so I'm gonna be honest with you. If you guys been following my channel since day one, I never liked Android 16. I actively talk about how much I don't like Android 16 as a character. I know it is. It just always kind of bugged me. So when I saw that they were releasing Piccolo, which I also was kind of neutral about, don't really care too much about Piccolo, but he's there. When I saw that they had Android 16 and Piccolo in that banner, I was kind of like, well, whatever. But don't think like that. Do not think like I did, because 16 and Piccolo are probably, if not the best two characters in the game right now, easily clashing against the likes of Instant Transmission Goku and Bardock, which have been pretty much crushing the game since they came out. So the way we're going to do this is we're going to go ahead and jump into some basics with starting with Android 16 first, and then we'll go into Piccolo. Of course, you'll see the fight in the background. You can see kind of how the characters work and stuff like that. But Android 16. So to give you the basics, do you want to kind of quickly cover the basic main abilities that 16 has, as well as unique abilities?
Yeah, sure. We could do that. So his main ability is to summon an awakened arts card that does self-destruct.
Yep.
And his self-destruct, I think it's the hardest hitting move in the game right now.
Yeah, which you can actually see us comparing and contrasting in the background visuals right now, featuring what I try to do is I self-destructed with just the basic attack against Bardock, and also self-destructed against the type disadvantage. In this case, I use Super Saiyan 2 Gohan as the base, and I also comboed into it, which you can see in the background. And as you can see, both times, it hits pretty damn hard. I mean, Vlad, you know on average how much ultimate attack cards usually do? Like, let's compare the basic one. Instant Transmission Goku. Do you know about how much the basic one does when he does the Kamehameha?
So it changes a lot depending on their character and buffs, but I'll tell you how the arts power works.
Okay.
So the average ultimate attack, like say like Gohan's, is around 250. That's the multiplier it uses, and Android 16 is over 1,000. So
yeah,
it is like it one-shots a lot of people. It's
pretty much. And now obviously you're gonna lose the character, so don't just jump in and try to basically 1v3 somebody and explode. You're gonna lose. Literally, you will lose. But if it comes down to it and you want to shave off a character and you're done with 16, you can throw them away. It sounds really weird to say it, but basically you can just jump in, you can do a combo, which you see me do in the background as well. You can do a combo, blow yourself up, and then from there you can do something else. Now, something that we want to briefly cover in here, which we'll talk about in a second, is what happens when you combine that with a specific character, in this case, Gohan, which can get really, really overpowered. I don't know if they're ever going to plan on nerfing this, air quotes, because in my opinion, and actually Vlad, you agree too, it is kind of powerful. But at the same time, I also feel like if they nerf it, it kind of takes away from what makes Gohan special, especially with the ability he has. So I don't know if they will nerf it, if that's the case. But we'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah, I hope they nerf it, man.
You want to nerf it. I mean, I'm indifferent right now.
Please.
Yeah, I'm indifferent about it, but then again, we haven't really had some time to play online yet to see what people do with it yet. Obviously, if we go online and everyone's doing left and right, then it's like, okay, maybe we does need a little bit of nerf, but we'll talk about that part later. The other part I want to talk about is 16's incredible tanky ability. So, also in the background, you'll see me tanking a Rising Rush with 16. Now, the way it works is when you get attacked, if you can do a cover change, which in case you don't know what a cover change is, just to keep it as basic as possible, when you tag into 16 while you're being attacked, and if the opponent does Rising Rush, basically, you will reduce 50% of damage done during that combo, including Rising Rush, and afterwards, you heal 50% of the damage taken. So in this case, I think I took like 280,000 damage from the Rising Rush, which by the way is comical. And this is against Bardock of all people, one of the best characters in the game. I took 280,000 damage, and then I healed half of that. So not only is it a good tank with decently high straight, strike stats, but he can also blow himself up. Like, this card literally is one of the best. Vlad, if you could rank it between the top 5, what would you put 16 right now? Just like off of one day of the cards being out.
Not even a question. Number 1. He is to me the number 1 character in the game.
Oh wow! I thought you were gonna say like top 3, but I didn't realize you were gonna say number 1.
No, he has both his defense stats and his health are like top 5 in the game.
Yep.
And he does damage, and he has the Android tag. and they have so many good units to synergize with.
Yep.
He's a monster, man.
Yep. With that said, he can become even a bigger monster, not by himself, which is the Gohan thing we're talking about. Now, Vlad, what happens when 16 dies on a Gohan team?
So it kind of seems like it was by mistake that he get both buffs, but basically when 16 self-destructs, Gohan gets a 50% boost to his ki restore speed. But Gohan also has a self buff, where if any teammate dies, he gets a 30% buff to ki restore speed.
Yep.
So when 16 dies, he gets both and gets 80%, and that's just broken. Like,
yeah.
It's so OP.
So you'll see this happen from both sides. You know, I tested it and Vlad did it because he's better at doing combos than I am. And in both instances, you'll see literally that our character just melts away because at 80% of a boost for ki recovery for Gohan, I think each sidestep adds like what, 9 to 12 ki. If you do a ki blast cancel, it does like what, 15 ki? That's a lot.
Oh no, dude, I could get closer to 20 ki.
That's wild.
If you really drag out the sidestep, so it gets to like 0 cost.
Yeah,
so
essentially.
As long as you have cards, he's just gonna keep going.
Yeah, essentially you keep drawing cards. You'll pay ki to use those cards, but by the time you draw the next card and do the next attack, you already healed up. So essentially it's 0 cost. So yeah, not only is 16 a monster by himself when it comes to tanking and doing damage, but also as a team player. Now initially, I think it was you originally said it that the Android team is going to be fully meta, which consists of 16, 17, 18, and then on the bench you got 19, 20, and an imperfect self for a health boost. But I feel like this is a good alternative option where you're mixing it with hybrids. In this case, being Gohan, half hybrid team, half Android. Now I think what you said was it was for the ones who are fighting. It will consist of 16, Android 17, and Gohan. And then on the bench, you have Turles, Android 19, and Imperfect Cell, right? Is that what it was?
First form Cell.
First form Cell.
He's the one with the health bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically you're going to have mostly strike deck. So you just put strike cards in there. And strike buffs. And you're just going to run through people. Especially once Gohan gets going. And he's got 2 covers from 16 and 17.
Yep.
So he's going to survive 2, and it's just brutal.
Now think about this. This is the scenario. Somebody was telling me on Twitter that oh well, I'll just kill Gohan or I'll kill 16 before that happens. It's not gonna happen because in 25 seconds at 16 on lead, I'm gonna survive. Even if it's type disadvantage, I'm gonna probably survive 25 seconds. After those 25 seconds, I will do my combo, which I will then go into the explosion. I will blow up one of your characters, and at that point, depending on how the situation is, if it's type neutral or type disadvantage, I may very well kill one of your characters for my 16. Now, in exchange for that, I bring out Gohan, and then from there I start the monstrous combo. Which, by the way, that boost lasts for the rest of the fight, correct?
Yeah, so it lasts the rest of the fight. And you also have 17.
Yeah.
So if they do start comboing Gohan, you have the second best tank in the game to take all the damage.
In that case, I'll just switch over to 17 if I need to. But essentially, the whole idea is you use 16 to kill one character, you switch it to Gohan to kill another character, and then you finish off with a Rising Rush. And if they guess it, you still have 17. So it's like, this is a really powerful combo, which, by the way, again, Vlad's going to have a video on his channel like showcasing that online and go more in depth with like the boost and equipment and all that stuff. So again, if you want to get the fully detailed breakdown, go over there. So yeah, 16.
Yeah, dude. When I discovered this team, I didn't even want to tell anyone. I tweeted like, hey, I found something, but I don't want to tell you guys because I don't want to face this every day in ladder. But I think people are going to find out, so I'd rather get ahead of it. And,
we were talking about this initially. It's like, should we broadcast this? But like literally, when we were talking about this, people were tweeting me about it. So at that point, it's already out there. So it's not like a matter of, oh, let's keep this a secret. It's if you use Gohan, you know about his abilities, and you know combined with 16 in this situation is perfect. So that's why we're talking about this. But 16 is not the only good character released in this banner. Again, there's also Goten and Trunks, but I didn't pull them, and I'm kind of salty, so I'm not going to talk about them. But I'm sure Vlad's going to cover that, so go over there. The other character I want to talk about is Kamicolo. Kami Fused Piccolo. Another A1 character. If you could put him in top 5, where would you put him, actually?
So I think alone as a unit, he's probably in the top 5.
Okay.
Maybe at the end of it. But he doesn't necessarily have as good of a team yet. But we have some regeneration characters coming, man. Boo's around the corner.
And, so what I specifically use in my video is I'm running mono blue, which before mono teams were never a good idea because if you get in a situation where the opposite type advantage is on the other team, or even 2, it's death. In this situation, why would you run a mono blue team when most players online are running Bardock and Instant Transmission Goku? The answer to that is because Piccolo has another really unique ability. When he activates his main ability, which I believe is like, what, after 15, 20 seconds? It looked like it came pretty fast.
Yeah, I'm not sure the exact timing, but it is fast.
Yeah.
You don't have to wait too long.
What he does is he actually removes the type disadvantage issue. So on the video, you can see in the background, you see me attacking Bardock, and I'm doing, your basic attack, I'm doing decent damage for type disadvantage. But the second I turn it off, Bardock melts. Like, Piccolo, again, a very surprising character to me. I didn't expect to be this good. Is also up there as far as top 5. It's funny because, like, looking back when Bardock and Instant Transmission Goku first came out, it's like, how long can these characters last? And even last week, I was telling myself, I was like, no matter what they do, I feel like they can't really release units that are up there as far as Instant Transmission Goku and Bardock. But now that I'm looking at 16 and Piccolo here, again, up there as far as, really good usable units. So you definitely want both of those. What was this? What was
the other
his,
thing with Piccolo is when he does his main ability, not only does it nullify type advantage, but he gets a 50% boost to blast.
Yeah, that too. And he already has.
So it's like almost like he hits with type advantage.
Yeah, yeah. And he already has one of the highest blast stats as well. So, like, he is a good round character. Do you remember what his unique abilities were? Actually, don't have it pulled up. Let me pull it up.
Yeah. So he actually does 50% bonus to androids, just straight out 50% bonus.
Okay.
And then he has another one he swaps in. He does a 35% debuff against androids. So those multiply. They don't add because they're a buff and a debuff. So I can't do the math off the top of my head, but he's going to wreck people.
It's good, basically. The way I like to see it is people keep asking me what's better between Instant Transmission Goku and Bardock, and to that, I can't really answer the question because they're both really unique for what they are. If you want to go for power, it's definitely Bardock. If you want to for usability and tech, I'd say more on the Instant Transmission Goku situation. Now, with these two characters, I feel like the Bardock of this update is definitely hands down Android 16, and then the techie character is Piccolo. So
I can agree with that.
Yeah, I rarely will ever say dump all your crystals in trying to get both of these characters because you never know what's coming out. And I feel like with Fusion Reborn coming out very, very soon, they might do something around that. Like, it's possible you got to get Gogeta and Janemba a lot sooner than later. I would say you want both of those characters the most, but also don't go all the way in. But at the same time, if you get 16, if you get Piccolo, they're going to be game changers for your team and as well as in PvP. Now,
and not only that, every single sparking character in the banner is good. Yeah. Both the hybrids are good. I know you're not salty about them, but I promise they're both good. 18's good. So yeah, it's a good banner to use your CC on.
100%. And actually, I saw D3 posted it was a video of Goten just going ham. And yeah, Goten's good too. He's the strike character. Trunks is the Ki Blast character. If you run a full hybrid team, they can do some monster stuff for your characters. But again, until I tested it out myself, I don't really know much about it. I'm sure D3's going to do a video. And actually, you as well.
Yeah, so I'm going to do a video on it. That one's maybe a couple videos down the line. But I think that if Kami Piccolo is not the new Bardock, then Goten is. Goten, he hits hard.
Interesting. But as far as Piccolo, the only disadvantage I can say for right now is a full regen team isn't quite out yet. As far as I know, the only regen characters are Perfect Cell, the red one, and then there's Piccolo. So obviously when Boo comes out, he's going to be a regen character, whether it be Fat Boo, Super Boo, or Kid Boo. So when those characters come out, I'm sure there's going to be a team built around that as well. And that's going to be a huge meta changer. But for now, the only disadvantage that Piccolo has is the fact that he doesn't have a full team around him. Unless you want to run Mono Blue, but again, Mono Blue is kind of risky because, again, if you get in a situation where it is all greens you're going up against, especially with characters like Bardock and Instant Transmission Goku, which basically control PvP right now, you might have trouble. But again, for 45 seconds, you'll be able to nullify that type disadvantage and at least do something in that situation. So yeah.
And if you don't play a lot of PvP, I can say 45 seconds is a long time.
It is a long time.
That's like more than half of an average fight.
Yeah, so. it's a long time. You'll get something done that time. With that said, that's pretty much all the basics. Again, in the description below, I'll have Vlad's channel, so go over there if you want to go into the full breakdowns. I'm not sure when he plans on uploading those videos, but it should be coming out fairly soon, so go over there. But other than that, if you have any questions in regards to any of the new characters, you can tweet me or tweet Vlad. I'll have all our information in the description below, our Twitter names and stuff. You can also comment as well. But between all the 4 characters, the last question I'm going to end the video with is what do you want the most? Between Goten, Trunks, Piccolo, and 16, comment it down below. And as always, if you want to see more breakdowns on this channel in the future with future banners as well, then, like I said, leave a like and a comment, let me know, and I'll make it happen. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed today. This has been Vlad and Rhymestyle. We'll see you in the next video.